Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. A lot of positivity, a lot of buzz around Tennessee football right now. Starting in the transfer portal, you add Lance Hurd, an elite offensive tackle. You add Jackson Moy, a guy that I don't think we're talking enough about. I think he's going to be a pretty solid contributor on that defensive line. Definitely going to be in the rotation for Rodney Garner. And then, of course, you land the big commitment from five-star quarterback George McIntyre. Can we continue that momentum in the class of 2025? An elite linebacker is scheduled to come off the board on Friday. You can see he tweeted this out. This was on Instagram, actually, over the weekend. Linebacker 2025 four-star Kelvon Riggins from Forney, Texas, will be committing soon. Again, that came out over the weekend. Now it has been confirmed that Kelvon Riggins is going to be committing tomorrow evening. He is a four-star linebacker out of Texas. Most recent visit. This is an interesting timeline. I'm going to kind of walk through it. But his most recent visit was with Texas A&M back on January the 13th. Oklahoma, SMU, Tennessee, Baylor, Ohio State, and Florida also in contention. But it sounds like really at this point that it's down to Tennessee and Texas A&M. But again, the interesting timeline. How much are you concerned about the fact that he took that visit to Texas A&M? Is it all Aggies? Well, this tweet popped off just a couple of days ago. Josh Heupel calling in the big guns. Josh Heupel, Brian Jean-Marie traveled to Texas to check in on Riggins on Tuesday. So they got that in-home visit. A lot of steam, a lot of buzz around Tennessee here. Still don't have a grasp. I think this one's going to go down to the wire on Friday night, but Tennessee definitely in a good spot here. Sam Spiegelman from On3. Let's start the timeline. You go back to December the 4th. It says here, Kelvon Riggins has shot his way toward the top of the college boards in New Year's class with a strong junior campaign for Forney, Texas High. Currently on a historical postseason run, several familiar schools have stayed the course with Riggins this fall, including several from the SEC. Again, this is back on December the 4th. It says Georgia and Tennessee have been stalwarts in his recruitment for months. Michigan and Ohio State have come on strong this season too. TCU and Baylor have also maintained a strong presence with the Texas-based linebacker this fall. The previous staff at A&M was also very high on the 2025 four-star defender. After his playoff journey this winter, Riggins will resume college visits in the spring. The SEC schools are on tap first. That's where it gets interesting. He was planning to take visits this spring. He was planning to take official visits over the summer and then make his decision prior to his senior season of high school football. Also interesting, the staff change, right? The staff change at Texas A&M. You would think he would want to wait this out, fill out the process, build the relationships. Is that something that's leaning in Tennessee's favor? We're going to walk you all the way through the timeline. We're going to see if Tennessee has a shot at landing Kelvon Riggins. But before we get into that, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below the video. It's quick, free, easy. It helps the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you are new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be any of that. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Had a blast last night. Absolute blast. Talkin VAWLS and Friends charity stream to benefit the Fisher House Foundation. We set a goal of $5,000. We blew that out of the water. We had everybody in the house. We had VolQuest. We had the Swain event. We had A to Z Sports, Pancakes and Bacon, Sports Talk Jay. What a great night talking Vol football for a good cause. But we hit 5,000 so quickly. We said that's not enough. Let's raise the goal to $10,000. You can still donate as of right now. If you go to the stream, go to the live tab on the Talkin VAWLS Network YouTube channel. You look at the stream, you click on it, you can scroll down here. You can see we raised $9,600. We are $400 away from the new goal. You can still donate. You got 4 days left to donate. Let's see if we can hit that $10,000 goal. As we say around here in Vol Nation, put on more steam. But shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for all the support last night. An absolute blast. If you missed it, go back and give it a watch. But let's talk about Kelvon Riggins, again, scheduled to come off the board Friday night, 4-star, top 250 player, according to the On3 industry rankings. Of course, you can see the RPM there. It's all Texas A&M. Tennessee nowhere to be seen, so some of you will watch this video and say, why are we talking about Kelvon Riggins? Tennessee has absolutely no shot. Again, let's talk about the timeline. Going back to it, planning to take an unofficial to Tennessee this spring. He wanted to come in, wanted to take in a practice, and then he was going to take an official visit over the summer. That's kind of the way the timeline works in recruiting. A lot of these kids, they take those spring visits. They come to junior days in January and February. Then they take those spring visits, take some officials over the summer, And a lot of them pull the trigger before they ever play a single down of their senior season of high school football. This is what he had to say about Tennessee. He said, first of all, they offered me very early during my freshman year. They were the biggest school for me at the time. Goes on to say during the freshman year, I would call them. They would pick it up really quickly. Now they contact me all the time. We talk all the time. It's a great relationship with them. Does he fit the scheme defensively? It says here it's an awesome fit. Ever since my first visit up there when I was able to stand in the room with the linebackers and Coach BJ and see how he shows them the film and breaks it down and seeing how they blitz and drop, it's just how I would do it. My high school runs a very similar defensive scheme as they do, so I'm kind of used to the tempo, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, I don't have a scouting report. 247 Sports doesn't have a scouting report. On3 doesn't have a scouting report. So what we can do, we can pull up the highlights and take a look at them together. And again, as I say on here all the time, I'm no expert. I'm no insider. I don't break down film, but something I can tell you is violence, and that's what Kelvon Riggins plays with. He plays aggressive. He plays violent. He's always on the attack. Watch this play right here. I love the way he attacks the football, and, you know, it's something we talked about last night. We had Kyler Kirbyson. Look at the aggressiveness. Had Kyler Kirbyson, Reed Bacon on from Pancakes and Bacon, and Reed broke down Edwin Spillman. Watched a couple of his plays, and something we talked about watching that is every linebacker that Brian Jean-Marie and Tim Banks goes after has that dog in him. They have that aggressiveness. Edwin Spillman has it. Jeremiah Thielander has it. Jalen Smith has it. Now watching the film right here on Kelvon Riggins, he plays with that same type of aggressiveness. He has a nose for the football. Maybe we'll do a film breakdown if he commits to Tennessee on Friday night. We'll let Coach Jay jump on here and break down the film for you guys. He has been on campus to Tennessee a couple of times. First time he visited was back in July of 2022. That's when he received his scholarship offer. He was back in town again November the 18th for the Georgia game. After that Georgia visit, this is what he told Go Vols 247. He said it was awesome. Said as soon as I got up here, they were welcoming. I got in a golf cart. As soon as I arrived, I see fireworks. After kickoff, they scored on the first play. He said, I walked in. I saw that stadium. It's crazy. It was loud. The stadium was moving. It was awesome. It's beautiful out here. Neyland, I like it a lot. You know, a lot of people worry about that Georgia game. Well, we got beat. We got embarrassed. We had all these kids in town. Guess who else was in town for that game? George McIntyre. Where did he commit? He committed to the University of Tennessee. David Sanders was in town for that game. Top offensive tackle in the Prospect, Tennessee, in it deep with David Sanders. So sometimes just because the team loses, we still show up, we show out, we show love as Vol Nation. So it sounds like on his visit, he really enjoyed it. Let's continue the timeline. VolQuest in December said that Tennessee's looking to add multiple linebackers in the 25 class. Kelvon Riggins is one to watch as he visited last month, and Tennessee is in a pretty good spot here. Says he's a smaller backer who can really run. Now, a little over a week ago, this was just a little over a week ago, says that Riggins is high on Tennessee's radar and the interest is mutual. He has built strong relationships with Brian Jean-Marie and sees a clear line of development for young guys in the room. He likes what the defensive scheme offers linebackers as he feels it meshes well with his skill set. Said he plans to come back on campus in the spring and has already said the Vols will be a school that gets an official visit during the summer. Plans to decide before his senior season starts. So again, just the timing of all of this is very interesting to me. The timing of, I want to take a visit during the spring. Look at the dog. Look at the fight. Look at the aggressiveness. You lost your bonnet, baby. You lost your bonnet. But the timing is very interesting to me. Again, the last visit to Texas A&M, Josh Heupel, Brian Jean-Marie in-house. We'll see how this thing plays out. Going back to it, he was planning to visit LSU and also Tennessee. So he's going to come off the board on Friday night. Do the Vols have a shot? Everything I've read, everything I've seen, everything that I've dug into says it is Texas A&M and Tennessee. What do you guys think? Jump into the comment section and let me know. One thing I will say, if he does end up at Texas A&M this early in the process, keep an eye on him. If he still takes those visits in the spring, if he still takes those officials, what does that commitment really mean? Because we got a long way to go till signing day. But want to keep you guys up to date as always. Again, shout out to you guys for tuning in last night. Absolute blast. Talking Vol football for over 3.5 hours. If you missed the stream, go back and give it a watch. As always, do me a favor and smash that thumbs up on the way out the door. You can also go check out the merchandise. We got the brand new Chosen One shirts with that 8-ball emoji on those. Bonfire.com/store/Talkin VAWLS. We appreciate any and all of you guys that pick up the merch. Post it on Twitter, man. Tag me up at Boogie Bentley. Would love to see you guys repping some Talkin VAWLS merch. But again, that link's in the description below if you want to pick that up. Thank you to the members of the channel. You want to support what we do, you can hit the join button down below. If not, hit the thumbs up. because that's quick, free, and easy. Jump into the comment section. Let's talk about Kelvon Riggins, Texas A&M, or Tennessee. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.